We live in a hyper-materialist intellectual entertainment version of Viltrum, in where our detachment from humanity doesn't come from our increased strength over other creatures, but it comes from our increased ability to absorb entertainment and information and optimization in such a way that we constantly expect it of the world without any appreciation for the deeper effort that's put into things to make them that optimized and that entertaining and that tasty and that, we are so incredibly saturated that we have completely lost any standard of relevance for why things are beautiful or engaging or important in the world. And so our natural response to this is nihilism and absurdism, because as we move closer and closer and closer to materialist perfection, we move further and further and further from genuine appreciation and interest. And so there's a sort of spiritual accelerationism at play, where instead of capitalism's flaws being put on full display and being fast-tracked into its own demise, it's the flaws of materialism and consumerism putting us on a fast track to a spiritual revolution. As we move closer and closer to the cyberpunk picture of ultimate superficiality and entertainment and consumerism, we actually move closer and closer towards this tipping point of deep spirituality. That nihilist dystopia will never come to fruition because it fundamentally can't. We are humans capable of recognizing the lack of joy derived and the marginal utility derived from this constant push towards perfection in the material world. We are already responding to it. We are already becoming unhappy. We are already turning our phones into dumb phones. We are already returning to original forms of media and meeting people in real life and questioning the status quo and trying to rage against the machine. It really might not feel like it. And yes, we are also paralyzed because we have so much information, but this is a period of great growth, and where all this information is being absorbed and integrated into our society until we all collectively, our feelings are synchronized and on the same wavelength. And it's not as if one action needs to topple this domino effect, but we all collectively start making these small actions at the same time, just as we always have, just as culture always has. So yes, I know it's easy to look at the trajectory of the world right now and assume the worst, but the world needs balance. And that's not out of some obligation of us. That's out of the structure of the world. The good exists in and of the bad, and the bad exists in and of the good. This incredibly unstable and disruptive and suffering causing hegemony that we have in the world right now has to collapse by virtue of it existing. It can only exist temporarily. That's why it's so fucking brutal, because it's unsustainable. Harmony will be restored not in spite of the things that are happening, but because of the things are happening. This reign of quantity and information and disconnection from the world will usher in the exact opposite, because that is why it exists. It exists in virtue of its dual component. So don't give up. It's a hard time to be alive, but nothing worth anything comes free.